All right, thanks, guys. I'm here with Nick Swisher of the Cleveland Indians, a former Ohio State Buckeye. How are you doing today, Nick?
Oh man, everything's good. I mean, I wish the weather was a little better, but hey, I mean it's April.
That's right. It's April in Cleveland, and we just wanted to talk a little bit to you about your experience at Ohio State and what that means now that you're in a Cleveland Indian. I guess the first question I would have for you is: if the Indians courted you here to Cleveland,
Right.
using videos of Jim Tressel, Urban Meyer, Gene Smith, how much did Ohio State play in your coming
Well,
year?
it's kind of like where it all started. I think that's after high school. I mean, that's you're on your own, man. I mean, you got to move out of the house. I mean, next thing you know, you're doing your laundry. I mean, it's completely different. So I think for me, I was happy enough that I was close enough to home that if I needed to go for something, I was able to, but yet further enough away where it was kind of like, hey, I can be on my own and grow up and start to become a man. So I think for me, that was kind of where it all started for me. So I could not have been more honored to go there. I could not be more honored to represent them. And it's such a great university, man. It was such a blast for me.
And speaking of representing, when you cross home plate, you do the OHIO after a home run. Hang on, Slippy's playing
Right.
the eighth inning. How do you think Cleveland's responded to your Ohio State love, I guess you could say?
I mean, I'm telling you what, man, Buckeye fans are absolutely everywhere. I mean, but obviously here in the state of Ohio, man, that blood is thick. So just for me, just to be able to be from, born in Columbus, going to school at Ohio State, coming back here, playing for the Tribe here in the 216, like it's just been such an amazing journey, man. I've had such an absolute blast with it. And I just try to enjoy it every day, man, because I know there's a gazillion people out there, man, that would give their left arm to trade spots with me. So, I just want to enjoy the opportunity.
Right. And another thing you've kind of brought to Cleveland is the Brohio thing. And people in Columbus may not know about the Brohio. Can you explain a little bit?
Well,
what
we're just trying to brand it a little bit. Obviously, in my speaking, I say bro a lot. I don't know where it came from. But I mean, either way, it kind of started off being, a Brome run, and then the next thing you know, it just kind of branched off into Brohio, which is great because it's something that fans can wrap their arms around, man. And it's not necessarily a Cleveland thing here. I mean,
Right.
It's a whole state thing, man. We want people to get excited about what we're doing up here and what we're trying to accomplish. I mean, Ohio it's a winning tradition, man, just in general. So we want to do our part to continue to raise the bar.
Now, last year about this time, you welcomed a little girl into the world, and I'm sure that was an amazing experience. But I was wondering, how you and how your wife and Emmy have connected to Ohio State. Have they
Right.
connected at all?
Everything that Ohio State has done from literally, 4 or 5 years ago on has been just the greatest thing. I feel like I've been brought back into the university in a way, and just to be able to be that guy, I mean, it's so much fun. It's so amazing. And I think for us, the red carpet that they've rolled out every time that we've shown up, my wife didn't go to Ohio State, but she's definitely an honorary Buckeye. My daughter was born in the state of Ohio, so, we'll see what she wants to do in the future. But I just think in general, I've been so blessed, man. It's such an amazing game. And for me to be able to do the things that I've done, I mean, call it luck, whatever you want, man, but I've had a blast doing it.
Now, you donated the money to make Nick Swisher Field Ohio State's baseball field. Can you talk a little bit about what that means to you and why you were so willing to donate that money for that?
I guess I could say first off, I never even thought that I would be the guy. I was like, oh man, I mean, what an honor, what an opportunity. And not only that, I think just with, like we were talking a little bit about Gene Smith earlier and just how amazing of a man he is and what he does. He wants to elevate every game. And I think when you're in a northern school, I mean, obviously the weather plays a huge factor in what you're going to do. Baseball is not one of those sports where, you can play every single day, So I think just in general for me to be able to be able to help them do whatever they can to get to that next level, man. I mean, Big Ten championships are one thing, man, but hey, we're talking about Rosenblatt, things like that. I think that's the tradition that we need to be thinking about, just like we do here, I mean, we want to win the World Series every single year. That's the final goal. So I think just in general, man, just to be able to have the opportunity to do that, I mean, I was stoked, man. I was so excited.
Yeah, he was showing us pictures, so that must have been a nice moment for you.
That's great.
Not to switch gears too much, but do you have any memories specifically of your time at Ohio State that stood out above the rest? I mean, any like on the field, off the field things?
I think, one of the best things that ever happened to me was, going into college, man, you're like, wow, this is a way different atmosphere than I've ever been used to. And especially me coming from a small town in West Virginia. So I think it was great for me to be on the baseball team because I automatically knew, 30, 35 guys to hang out with and this and that, because it's got to be difficult, man, just going there on your own, not knowing anybody, and then trying to find, where you fit in. So I think just for me, man, just the camaraderie, man, just the college life. I mean, that was so much fun. I mean, I think it's something everybody has to do. And I think for me, I learned a lot about who I was. I grew up a lot. And then again, if it wasn't for Ohio State, I would never be here.
Right. What is it, to be a Buckeye means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. What does it mean to you to be a Buckeye?
I think just the biggest thing that I learned and that I hold dear to me is just that word tradition, man. I think it just branches so far back. And just to be able to maybe niche, etch my name in that tradition somewhere is definitely an honor because of such a strong university like that. I mean, the following is out of this world. So just to be able to be part of that and to experience that and to now, I guess, kind of still reliving it in a way with what I do. I'm just having a blast, dude. It's awesome.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but what would it mean to bring in a World Series championship to Ohio? You already have a ring. What would it mean to bring a World Series to Ohio to Cleveland?
I'm telling you what, bro. If that ever happened, they would blow the roof off of this place. I just think this place would absolutely just not only just enjoy that moment, but just know what it took. I mean, this is a blue-collar town, man. People work hard in this town, and I think the same thing for us. We're a gritty squad. We've got a lot of talent, man, and I think with what the front office is doing by locking guys up, keeping guys here for more than a year or 2 years, keeping guys around, helping develop that core camaraderie. It's been awesome, man. It's been great. But if that ever happened, man, I mean, statues everywhere. I mean, let's party, baby, because it would just be one of the most amazing. That would be one of the most amazing spectacles that you could ever see, and we're going to try our ass off to do that.
Well, there you have it, Mr. Nick Swisher of the Cleveland Indians, sending it back to you guys in the studio.